Hey, it's Passion Speak. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Passion Speak, where we give those with a passion a platform to speak. My name is Sandra Jennings, and I want to thank you for tuning in. We broadcast every Thursday at 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Our goal is to enlighten and inspire. If you've seen us before, thank you again. If this is your first time watching, come back and be inspired by the stories of those who are passionate. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And of course, please jump in the comments and we're going to shout you out. Hi, Nikki. How are
Hey,
you?
good
Can you hear me?
evening. Yep. Can you
My
hear me? I had to
guest.
turn my mic on.
Oh, okay. Okay. You got it.
Yep.
Let me just say a quick thing about Nicky the Yogi. My guest tonight on Passion Speak is passionate about yoga, meditation, and mindfulness. Nicky the Yogi, she calls herself. Nikki's a certified yoga teacher, a certified kids yoga teacher, that's important, and a meditation and mindfulness coach. She says about herself, as a Black woman on a healing journey of my own, I consider myself an advocate for other women looking to heal and breathe again. My hope is to inspire self love, self care, self awareness, and inner child healing. I build confidence by focusing on emotional release through slow flows and deep stretches. It is my desire to create a safe and soft space for us to discover how to heal, to be ourselves again, to play, to love ourselves, and to just be. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Nikki, for coming on the platform and talking about your passion.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be
Absolutely.
here.
Um, so let's just get started. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you grew up. Do you have kids? Are you enjoying life? Tell us whatever you want us to know.
Okay. Um, I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I currently live in Tampa. I've been here since August of 2014. Um, I'm married. We have four kids, and I think we got over the snow, the shoveling, the defrosting.
Mm.
And we had some friends move down and we came to visit, and it was like, why are we dealing with this? So for a full year we saved up, we sold everything, and we came down to Tampa.
Did you go down there leaving everything back up in Michigan, or did you like haul stuff down there?
um we sold just about everything out of the house, other than personal items, things that held a lot of memory. But everything else, we had a yard sale every Sunday for about a month, and it just had to go. And we packed up and drove down.
Well, I'm gonna have you come up and do my yard sale. It's that easy. Okay, so you are a yogi. So tell us how you got started with yoga and meditation and mindfulness.
2017 um, is when I began to get into yoga and meditation. I had come to a dark place in my life, a dark, empty space, I could say, where I was pouring into everybody around me, and I was empty. I lost myself, dealing with or transitioning into parenting an adult child now, going from their teens to their 20s. Um, some things within, different relationships that I was in. I was just in a really dark place, and I needed to find my purpose. I thought I had lost that when I lost myself. Um, so I saw an event on Facebook down here in Tampa. It was a yoga event, and a best friend of mine, we went, and it was all Black and brown women, and it was led by a Black woman. And she led us through these poses, and she had the soft music playing in the background. But what really got me while we were going through the poses was the words that she was speaking to us, the life that she was speaking into us.
Mhm.
I left and I felt so empowered, but I still felt soft at the same time. And it was like my mind was blown. Like I gotta get into this. This is all right. And I dug deeper and deeper into it. I did find a yoga studio here in Tampa, and I went there for a few months. But it's an awesome studio, but there were no black and brown women there. It wasn't relatable, so it felt different. I didn't have that feeling anymore.
Mhm.
So then I began to network, and then I looked into yoga teacher training, which I took during the pandemic because I had a lot of time on my hands. And I did end up networking, and I found a huge tribe of black and brown women down here in Tampa, in St. Pete, and Orlando. Um, I became certified September of 21. I started teaching in November of 21, and I love it. It's been an awesome journey. I can't wait to see where else it takes me.
So your first time was practicing the art. I'll call it the art. I don't know what the proper name is, but you started in 2017, and then you got trained and started teaching in 2021,
Hmm.
right? Um, Also, in your introduction, you talk about, and I don't want to jump around, but I do. I'm so anxious to talk about these things. I can recall seeing some kind of report somewhere on social media about children meditating and doing yoga and what it did for them. Have you done any studies on what yoga and mindfulness and meditation? No, strike meditation. Let's do just yoga and mindfulness. What yoga and mindfulness can do for the person, the body. I mean, what can I benefit? How can that benefit me?
It can benefit all ages. Um, if you're looking at a group of young people, um, that say, "Oh, my anxiety, oh, my this, my that," to take them through breath work, to sit with themselves, to sit still. And I always, I tell my kids, don't say my anxiety because it doesn't belong to you. It's not yours.
Mhm.
Um, and to do a body scan. What are you feeling? Why are we feeling it? From your head to your toes, and going through the poses and releasing those emotions. Just working through those emotions, I think is a huge benefit, because I lean more towards an emotional release um, during a yoga practice more than the westernized version of exercise. I don't use yoga for exercise.
Okay.
Um, it definitely helps people that are always on the go, or feeling overwhelmed, because it you can 5 minutes you can take 5 minutes to practice mindfulness and just sit with yourself in your car, in the backyard, in your closet, and take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Do that a few times. Calm yourself down, slow your heart rate down, sit
So,
with your thoughts.
what is yoga by definition?
By definition, yoga means union of the breath and the body, mind, body, spirit, just bringing them all into one, basically.
Okay. So, um, and then translated, it's a physical practice,
It is a physical practice, yes.
but it's like an exercise because do you stretch all the muscles in the body?
You can, because you can. Um, Typically, when I teach, I'll ask the client, "What do you need? What are you looking for?" And if it's for my hips or my shoulders, my wrists, I just need something to relax me before I go to bed. It can be targeted to stretch any part of the body or relax any part of the body.
Okay. I want some examples. So I'm gonna go to your Instagram page because I'm a show me kind of person. And
Okay.
I want you to, I'm gonna mute whatever video we show, and I want you to walk us through. I've chosen this video because it looks like I can do it. I haven't practiced yoga in a while, but this looks like I should be able to do it. What is this pose and how would it help me?
Inversions is one of my favorites. Inversion simply means that your feet are above your heart and your head. So you're getting the oxygen and the blood flowing back up to your heart and to your brain. The legs up the wall, you can lay there for as long as you need. You can, move the legs to the side. You can move your arms in and out, but it resets. It's like a reset because your legs and your feet are above your heart. You can do this. You can do this in bed or on your couch, and just put pillows under your feet as long as they're lifted above your heart and your head.
And anybody can do this, right? You don't
Oh
have to
yeah.
be. I mean, this is a really easy one. Beginners can do this.
This is good for headaches, stiff neck. This is good for a lot of things. Yeah.
How long do I have to lay there in order for it to be effective?
I would say at least 5 to 10 minutes for it to be effective.
Okay.
But you can lay there for as long as you like.
Okay. I saw another one here. You were with a young person. Where are we at? Oh, here we go. You guys are breathing, practicing some breath work, right?
Yes, this is my daughter. We were doing some alternate nostril breathing, using our pinky and our thumb. You inhale on one side, you exhale and you release. Inhale on one side, you exhale and release. And it's training the left and right side of the brain. And then we did a guided meditation where I was just speaking affirmations. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am safe. I am free. And, she laid her hand on her heart space, and she repeated them back to herself.
Beautiful. So who gets the most from yoga? Men, women, children? In your opinion, or what you've been told?
What I've been told, I would have to be biased and say women get the most
Women?
out of it. Yeah. Due to the emotion, the emotion that comes with it, the emotion that you can release with it. I think that women benefit the most or get the most out of it.
Okay, so what are you doing to teach people? Are you taking classes? Have you monetized it? Because we know you have a 9 to 5 outside of your practice.
So when I became certified in September and I started teaching in November, I created a few different platforms where you can actually book me, and I teach virtually. Whether it's one-on-one, I've taught virtual groups during their lunch and learns. Actually, a company in Grand Rapids where we did chair yoga because they were at work, but they had me on a screen. I popped in right here, and we did, some stretches for their hips and spine. I am donation based on a tier, based on what your need is, whether it's a yoga flow, whether it's a mindfulness flow, or both, a combination of both. And I've just recently been invited the past month to do actually bigger events. I've been to a beach event. I've been out to a street market.
So if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm a newcomer. The inversion method that we just looked at with your feet on the wall, is that one of the best poses to start with?
If we're doing something virtual face to face, it could be if that's what you need.
So it's not based on what I can do, it's based on what I need. Because I need to be able to jump up in the air and put the leg up there and all this kind of stuff. That's what I need. But what I can do is something totally different.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a modification for everything. I never want you to be in pain. Yoga should not hurt. You should not be uncomfortable. If your knees are tight or your hips are tight, there's a modification for what you do. There's an easy pose, just sitting crisscross applesauce, or just sitting with your legs out. Just you can start very basic, and work your
Here's
way
your
up to
friend,
it.
Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Nicole
Oh
Antoinette
yeah.
is amazing. She facilitated our Feed Your Mind Lunch and Learn yoga session. She is fire. Thank
Thanks,
you, Ashley. Thank
guys.
you for dropping in and watching. Um, this is what made me invite you to Passion Speak, Nikki, is because I've seen your TikToks and I've seen your your examples of poses, and I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I know she looks fun. She looks relaxed in doing that, and I gotta get her on. So I'm glad that you came on to have this conversation. But we were talking about in fact, Ashley was talking about you did a lunch and learn for her company. So you do like I can go to your Instagram and I can book your calendar and I think you have a bit.ly on or a link tree on there, right?
Linktree, yes. Hmm.
Link tree. So I can connect with you if I want to join one of your group sessions. Or if I want a one-on-one. Maybe I'm a newcomer and I don't even want to go on video because I don't want to fall on my floor.
And that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
However you want to set it up. Yeah.
What else did I want to say? Okay, I'm gonna say this. We have another. I'll wait. We have a guest. Who is it? Oh, Nikidra. Hi, Nikki. I've been meaning to reach out to you, and I happen to see this. I will be contacting you. Super congratulations.
Hi. Hi,
Oh,
Keisha. Thank you. Oh my
thank you
gosh.
for watching, Nikidra. Uh,
Wow. Shout
so
out Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids shouting out to Florida, huh?
Stand up.
Okay, so I have a question, and I had mentioned this during previous conversations I've had with you. I had a stepmom who's now passed, and oh Lord, you got some more shout outs. Okay, we're gonna get you. It looks like the car. So I had a stepmom who passed, and she had an incident where she was not able to get off the floor, and I think I don't. Kara's blowing us up. Anyway, I think that with proper yoga, she might have been able to get herself up off the floor. She was over 80 when she passed. But is that something yoga would help me with? Like if I get down on the floor to get a pan way down up under there, and then I find myself down on the floor getting a pan up, and in order to get up off the floor, I have to do a yoga stand. I mean, I have to come out of it using a yoga pose. So I just wanna say, I practiced it a few times and and I just really love it. So I know that my stepmom would have been all in.
I think she could have
She says,
benefited from that.
Takara, yes, Nikki is amazing and so passionate about what she does. I'm not a fan of yoga. That's okay, Takara. We gonna convert you. But she slowly brought me around. It's amazing. It is an amazing practice. And she had a postscript. She's super stylish too.
That's my cousin. That's yeah, she
Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting Nikki. We appreciate you.
yeah,
Um,
Takara's that she's been that push behind me for about a year and a half. So yeah,
oh, good. Because
yeah,
we got
thank
faith
you.
in you. I mean, when I see you on social media doing your poses, uh Nikitra. Okay,
Represent.
represent. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you. When I see you doing your poses, I know that you put time and energy into it. And if I want my yoga teacher to be teaching me anything, yeah, you got to check out her Instagram because it's all that. It's all that for real. Talk to me real quick because we're not going to go off till I have some more questions answered. About mindfulness. How does mindfulness fold into yoga?
Mindfulness folds into it because okay, so the dictionary term of yoga is union, the mind, the body, and the breath, bringing it all into one. So while you're going through these slow flows with me, you want to be mindful. You want to be mindful of the sounds around you. You want to be mindful of your breathing. Is your breathing under control? It's not. It's not a need to clear your mind. It's just to, okay, it's more of observing. It's like watching TV. You're not absorbing what you're watching. You're observing it, and then you
Mm-hmm.
let it pass. So mindfulness is putting you right there in the moment. You're not worried about the past. You're not worried about the present. You're right here.
And there's power in that.
Absolutely.
Um, and I'm specifically referring to the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, there's power in not worrying about yesterday and not worrying about tomorrow, but being in the present.
Absolutely.
So is that basically what mindfulness does for us?
Yes, it keeps you in the present. Um, it keeps you less overwhelmed, because you're not worried about, like I said, the past or the future. You're worried about the you're not even worried. You're focused on the right now.
Okay.
Because while we're going through the day, you're not focused on your breathing. You're not focused on the birds chirping. You're not focused on the sound of the rain right now because you're so busy with the day. You're on autopilot. But mindfulness brings you into the pilot's chair and you're paying attention to everything. You're being mindful of everything.
They teach that when with eating as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
really enjoy, like don't eat in front of the TV so you can be mindful of what you're eating.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so wrapping it up a little bit, if there's three things you want us to gather from our chat today, which is brief, we didn't touch the surface really, but I just want to expose people to your passion. And if someone else out there has the same passion, they can do it. They can do it too. But if there's some
Absolutely.
things you want to leave us with, some thoughts, what would that be?
Learn learn to manage our emotions. When you learn to manage your emotions, that's the first step in mindfulness. Why am I feeling like this? What's the root? Why am I carrying this? Is it mine to carry? Adding motion to our emotions, it helps us to work through them. Um, that's why I keep my flows nice and slow, because I'm adding motion,
Mm-hmm,
whether it's a hard opening pose or whatever it is,
mm-hmm.
to our emotions, and we're working through it. And the third one I would say is that yoga and mindfulness, which was something I had to teach myself through this process, they're practices. It's called a yoga practice. It's a mindfulness practice because it's something that you do often to get better at it. I was such a perfectionist in the beginning. I wanted to know everything, and I felt like I couldn't teach anything if I didn't know everything. But I needed to teach what I did know. Somebody needed what I did know. But they're practices, and everybody's is going to look different, and that's completely fine. This isn't a cookie cutter um, type of journey. So learn to manage your emotions, add motion to your emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and both of them are practices.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us here on Passion Speak. I appreciate you. I would like to invite everyone who's interested to check out your IG and maybe book you. And after that, start flexing, start feeling good, and get out your head. Get out your head and get into
Absolutely.
the day. Thank you for
Absolutely.
gracing us and sharing your passion, Nikki. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for creating this space.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
All right. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Bye, guys.